And Soup. This is the Foundation with Riglock and Ketsu, as always. Today we'll be reviewing the Fist of the North, or Fist of the North Star. Yeah, Fist of the North Star.
Got it.
It is a feature-length film, about an hour and 49 minutes of old school anime.
Just jumping into it, huh? You don't even want
No,
to talk about what's
no,
going on,
no,
people?
I was just giving a
Okay.
precursor.
All right.
But yeah, what have we been up to lately? Ketsu, you're up first.
Been busy as hell, man. I mean, hence why we didn't stream last week.
Yeah.
Working. I had a lot of family in town for like a week. Just full schedule. Very busy. It's been great.
Yeah.
As far as watching things, I've kept up on like Tomodachi Game and Spy Family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watch this dodgeball episode, the dodgeball plan.
Oh no, I have yet to watch that. It's in my
God.
queue. I still have to see it.
You have to watch it. You got
Because it released like 2 days ago, right?
No, it's Saturdays. So
Saturdays.
It's they do Saturdays. So whatever Saturday, however long ago that was.
Well, I work Saturdays, and then I was busy. So I have yet to watch it.
I'm just saying, you'll love it.
I'm sure I will. I love that show.
Had me rolling the whole episode. The whole episode is a comedy reel. It's so good. I even watched a reaction video to it and was still laughing the whole time. Like it was
great.
just a riot.
So yeah, watching Tomodachi Game. When I've had time, when I'm at home, like cleaning and just like getting chores and shit done, I've had Yu Yu Hakusho on in the background, like I mentioned in the past. Just kind of rolling back through that in the spirit world and Yusuke's adventures. Classic. Love that show. Absolutely love that show. But yeah, man, I don't know. I guess just keeping myself busy as hell. Like the weather's been turning out nice, so biking around a lot. Like I was at the beach today for a little bit when I had a second to like be in the water. It was like 106 degrees with humidity and heat index.
Shit.
So it was real hot. Yeah, it's gonna be another gross one tomorrow. I'm supposed to go to work. It's gonna suck. Work in the patio. Weather. No one's even gonna want to sit down in the weather. Like no one wants to be outside when it's feels like it's over 100 degrees.
Yeah, you're gonna be sweating gravy.
Yeah, man. I just honestly I don't think that people are even gonna want to sit outside. Like so we'll have an open patio with no one on it. It's gonna be stupid.
Yeah, it might be nice sitting out there in the heat, drinking some long necks.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'd be drinking.
I mean, I had to bike back home in the city today, and literally everybody in the city who has like a patio, no one was sitting on it. Everyone was inside because of the AC. And places that AC, like people's like there was a local restaurant bar like down my street. They closed today because their AC broke. And instead of just like having their windows open and having people inside, they're like, yeah, no, it's too hot to even do that. We're not going to run a kitchen and do all this shit without an AC unit. So they shut down.
So no wind in the windy city, huh?
No, they were still gusts. It was kind of a windy day today, but like it was just hot wind. It was just like getting smacked with like hot, humid air. It was gross.
Yeah, I woke up to that. I had my window cracked, and it was just like liquid air was coming through the window, like choking me out. So I woke up at 7 a.m. Got to work. Yeah,
it's hot up there too, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
that implies you go outside.
But I digress. Not much else was new. Same old same. Just keep it super busy with work and have people in town. So
cool.
What about yourself? What's going on with the foundation?
What have I been up to?
Oh,
been working a lot. Oh, I've been doing the keto still.
How's that going?
That's for the first 2 weeks it didn't go well. I didn't really cheat or anything, but I was drinking all that diet soda, and that was a problem. So I switched over to coffee yesterday, and just coffee today, and coffee right now, and
No
Just
water.
just black coffee.
it tastes like just black coffee. This has a little soy milk in it, but or almond milk, but yeah, it tastes like bath water or dishwater. It's fucking gross. Yeah. But anyway, what have I been watching?
You drinking enough water? You drinking enough water?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Oh,
I
I
don't believe
was.
that. I don't believe that at all. You're doing the keto diet. You're drinking black coffee all day. You don't realize?
No.
Have you been
I
getting
had
severe headaches at all
I
recently?
I did actually get a headache earlier, and I was like, oh, maybe I need some more coffee.
I think that's your body telling you that you are like severely dehydrated.
I did go for like 4 or 5 walks today, which out in that desert heat was, or actually it was more like swamp heat.
Yeah, it's like that muggy.
So you've been drinking coffee all day. You went out for 4 walks, and you have not said how much water you've drank today. So this is probably a high probability.
That keto's not going to go well if you're not hydrating, brother.
I'll be.
He'll be fine because he's gonna quit by the end of the week anyways. So
how dare you? How dare you? Anyway, so enough about me. I've been talking, or I've been watching a little bit of My Hero Academia.
Okay.
Oh, all right, Riggs, what's going on with you, man? What's going on?
I did watch a movie that I'm gonna pick for my next movie. I did watch that movie, unfortunately. But yeah, I watched this other movie called what was it? Children Who Follow Lost Voices. It's a really good movie. I'm gonna pick that for my next movie. I watched that on Hulu, maybe, or Amazon, not sure, or YouTube. I think YouTube movies.
It's just the phase. It's just the blacked out phase. You don't remember what
I don't
platform
know.
you watched it on?
They all blend together.
Yes.
So watch that. I tried to watch a few different anime, but I just couldn't get into any of them.
What'd you try watching?
It was some detective one.
Okay.
Can't remember the name of it. I don't know. And then there was this other one. It was like, it was supposed to. It kind of looked like an isekai, but I don't know. I watched like 5 minutes of them, and I'm like, oh, that looks good. Maybe I'll watch it later. I just couldn't get into it at the moment.
You watched 5 minutes.
Yeah, couldn't get into it, and I was like, I don't want to ruin this, so I'm just gonna hold off.
I don't want to ruin this. I'm gonna watch 5 minutes of it, deem that I don't like it, and probably never watch it again. You were concerned about ruining it for yourself?
No, I did like it. It was just more so that
you just said you couldn't get into it.
I couldn't because I was just like, there was too much going on.
You're all over the place, man. You're so quirky and random.
Oh,
what's the name of it?
I try and be quirky.
What is the name of the anime you were watching?
Let me see if I can find it.
I need information here. You can't just. It may have been an isekai. Oh, okay. That's not like the last 100 that's come out in the last year.
Like the movie he just watched that he's gonna make us watch, which is a good movie because I know it's a good movie.
You know it because you've seen it?
Yeah, because it's the same director who did Your Name, Ding Dong.
Oh, sorry.
You gotta keep.
Ho ho.
How am I gonna?
Are we just calling each other dessert names?
Pastries.
Yes, devil cakes.
Oh, thank you, Twinkies.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa.
Whoa. You can't just like call people that.
I don't know any other snack cake names. I mean, we could
Cosmic Brownie.
Cosmic Brownies.
Cosmic Brownies. Okay.
Nutter Bar.
Okay, Fudge Round.
Roll.
Swiss cake roll. That's right. I was
Those
thinking
are
that
the
one.
best ones. Those are the best ones.
Yeah, because
Oatmeal
you're
cream
bar.
pie.
Ooh, shit, Riggs, fuck me up.
Yeah, that's your mom's
So
favorite.
good.
God.
Whoa, you can't just say things like that.
Did you
What?
figure out the name of this anime or no?
I'm looking.
Get your shit together.
Fuck.
Put your shit
Oh
in a bag.
God.
Bring it to the
Okay,
shit
just
store, get it together.
we'll circle back to me and
Okay.
oh, Vampire in the Garden. I watched some of that.
Yeah?
I'm still eating away at that one. I watched a whole lot of. I kind of binged. Well, it's not anime, but it was Stranger Things. Yeah, but other than that, I bought I put together it's called a CNC router. It's like a desktop one, kind of like a 3D printer. But I bought that, put it together. Haven't really done much with it, just because it does like relief carvings, and I was just like, I don't really have a whole lot of. I was gonna use it for doing graphite molds for pouring silver, but anyway, my kid's been forcing me to watch just random shit upstairs when I go upstairs, like Nickelodeon shows from 10 years ago.
Which ones? Because those are actually dope, dude.
Victorious.
Nah, never mind. That's
No.
not a good one. I thought you were gonna say something like Cow and Chicken or like Cat Dog.
No, this
Angry
is
Beavers.
Rugrats.
No.
Rugrats classic.
No, that's like 15 or 16, 17
That's
years ago.
Like 20 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, this is like 10 years ago.
That's the good shit.
Yeah.
That's Nickelodeon Prime, let me tell you.
Yeah,
20 years
sure.
ago.
That was their renaissance. 10 years ago, it didn't do shit, but Cartoon Network was killing it. They had like Adventure Time and regular show.
Mm-hmm.
The Orbital Children, I could not get into that. That's on
like
Netflix.
a Crunchyroll. No, okay, you're talking about series. Okay.
I mean, he should easily just be able to bring up his whatever he's watching. He's not watching Crunchyroll because he can't get it on any of his devices.
No, just my computer, and I did get it on PlayStation.
You don't get it on a computer. You go to the web page.
I got it on the PlayStation 4. But no, this had to be on YouTube or something that I saw this, or Amazon. So I don't know. It looked really good, but anyway, what have you been up to, man? Like
Riggs, what have you been up to?
Yeah, I'm just following suit with you guys, man. I just been working a lot. I worked all weekend.
Oh no shit.
Which was a little disappointing, but whatever. Is what it is. So yeah, I've been putting a lot of time into work as well. And then watching anime, I guess, at night. Keeping up with everything. But I got into a new series called Birdie Wing. It's good. I like it. I mean, you don't mind a lot of homosexual sexual tension. It's good. I think it's great. It's all about golf, which is even weirder. It's as anime as you could make golf be. Like,
okay. Wait, what is this called? This is on Crunchyroll?
Yeah, it's called Birdie Wing.
Birdie Wing.
Yeah. A golf girl story.
I'm looking up the header here. Okay, I can see how a show like this will have the stereotypical Japanese like male romance tension that never comes to fruition kind of thing.
It's not males.
Oh, it's female tension. Even better.
All I said was homosexual. I didn't say it. I didn't pick the genders, but there's a lot of you can just kind of see it. But no, apparently, spoiler, the two main characters do end up dating. Because the reason why I started watching it is because I was watching another content creator, and they were highly recommending it and kind of like going through it. And I was like, oh yeah. So I got like 3/4 of the way through his spiel about it, and I was just like, I'll give her a shot. It sounds pretty good. So, but yeah, it's literally as anime as you could make golf. Like, think like, I don't know if you ever played like Hot Shots Golf or like Mario Golf, but it's like that.
Well, one of my favorite things is like in the anime, any sports anime, and I watched Hayuku, which is like the volleyball anime. Like, they go crazy turning any sport anime, and then they make that sport look cool, and you're like, maybe I should try playing that sport.
Oh, I could do that.
Yeah,
no, it's like
really cool.
they do like special like named shots, like power shots, and it's like it's all just it's fucking great. It's so I got sucked into it. I watched like 10 or 11 episodes, so I'm like all caught up through, waiting for the next episode. So I mean, I strongly recommend it. I think it's pretty good, but
check it out.
It's the interesting part is like the first half. So like the first half arc, the first arc of it actually takes place in, I'm pretty sure it's Europe, because they have some sort of currency called the euro, and
like Europe does.
Well, but not all of Europe, right? So like, not all of Europe uses
everywhere in Europe except for the UK uses the euro.
I don't think that's true, but
that is what.
I don't think that's true. I think there's more than just England. But anyways,
I mean, Germany doesn't use
I do
francs
think
anymore. They use euros.
Well, there's more than just 2 countries.
Well, but I'm just saying, like, there's no other unionized state of Europe that doesn't use the euro right now, except I think the UK, Britain, because the Brexit shit, and now they use pounds. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought they were all euros.
So Bulgaria, Croatia, Czech Republic, Denmark, Hungary, Poland, Romania, and Sweden
all have their own national currency, but also use euros. They use two types of currency. Okay. So all right. I'm man enough to say that's my bad.
I was just saying, I'm sure it's not all across the board. But I do think it does take place in England, because she does make a trip. So the other main characters, so there's 2 main characters, right? The other main character, the other girl, is from Japan, and she goes back to Japan. And then she goes to Japan, and it's really weird, super trippy, but the first time she interacts with somebody in Japan, even though the show is totally subtitled, she's speaking English. And like saying it really slowly, like someone like like how I would talk to somebody in Japan, like really slowly, and being like, "Do you understand me?" Like, and it's all in English, and it's subtitled too, which is kind of weird. Well, weird, I guess weird for me, but they and then it just kicks back to her speaking Japanese again. But so I do. They never really say the country she's from, but I do think she's from England, or I just missed it. But because the city she's in is not real; it's a totally fictitious city. But anywho, yeah, it's pretty good. I recommend it. Other than that, as I said, I've been watching Spy X Family. That shit was hilarious, as I said, so I strongly recommend getting that on. Shield Hero. Fucked it up again. Excuse my language, but they messed it up again. I don't know what to say about this series. Like it seems like they come back to like, okay, we're gonna reference the book again, and then
this
like,
makes me not want to watch this, because I still have yet to watch it, and
it's
like
still good.
My frame of reference is only coming from you because you've read the books. It's like, now I don't want to watch it because you're making it sound bad.
It's still good. I think they paced the first arc really well, because the first arc really honestly is not that exciting. Was not that exciting to read. And then they're pacing this. I think the pacing is fine, but I wish they would just keep true to where the book went, because it just seems like they're jumping hurdles to like allow for the changes in the books, or it's like if you would have just stayed to the book, you wouldn't have had to make these weird alterations to the story. Like,
Yeah.
it's not necessary. The changes they're making aren't necessary. Like, it doesn't add anything.
Are you
You
okay
tired?
up there?
Yeah, I'm just.
Just
Maybe you should
fucking
drink some more
huffing and
coffee.
puffing and like.
Get him more coffee.
Let's get to the bowls of soup. Let's just hurry this up.
let's just get this shit.
Fucking
over.
Christ.
He doesn't like talking about anime. That's fine. On an
Yeah.
anime stream.
Foundation, you want to kick
Well,
us off?
if
on
I
how- what do you
watched
think
it,
of
then
the
I'd
Fist
be
of the North
into it.
Star?
What did I think of it?
Let's get into this movie. Let's dive right in.
Let's dive into this motherfucker. Well, I mean, I guess it kind of made me eat my words, because like a couple weeks ago, I was like, God, I just really want an anime where it's like you have like some main characters or just a main character, like a dude that just like kicks ass and like, this was like that times 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't say that the movie kicked ass, even though the characters kicked ass. But God, this movie was terrible. Like, I watched it and I was just like, the first like 10 seconds, I was like, oh, it's like a Bob Ross, little scene. I was like, this could be cool, maybe there's some sort of fantasy. And then boom, atomic explosion. You see people melting, their eyeballs popping out of their faces.
Yeah, it was
And I'm
fucking
just
awesome.
like,
That was
I'm
so
like,
cool.
holy shit, that's disgusting. I don't know what to say.
Why do you have such a fragile and delicate, like such
It's not
delicate
fragility
sensibilities?
or
Yeah, oh my, you watched anime characters burning and exploding up, and you're like, that's disgusting. That's insane. This isn't something. I can't watch this. What are you, a 90-year-old grandma?
yeah, maybe I am. Maybe I'm a 90-year-old grandma trapped in the body.
Because you're just like, I can't handle the cartoon blood.
It's not cartoon blood, and the cartoon blood in this was like weird, like chicken getting its head cut off. Weird.
It was cool, man.
Oh,
I don't know your analogy there.
Get
You're
the-
gonna
I
have
think
to-
like because it's
something
really
different.
stringy and thin and like
yeah, very stringy and thin, and like
just all everywhere.
yeah.
Kind of thought that
Like
was
Kill Bill.
dope. I thought that was
Yeah, Kill
kinda
Bill was
the
like
allure.
a good movie though.
I think you're soft.
So what else do I have to say about
You're
this?
soft.
Stop.
I was like, okay, why did this guy, like, okay, if he kicks so much ass, like after he comes back from being thrown down into, down this cliff and, essentially had boulders
Crevasse.
fall on top of him. How did he not kick that dude's ass to begin with? When that dude came in, when Dolph Lundgren came and took his wife, like, why didn't he just kick his ass then? Plot
'Cause he
hole.
didn't have the strength yet. He didn't find his inner chi.
What?
He didn't know that being fueled by vengeance was going to unlock his power.
But he was the fist of the North Star. Like, why would he be given
As it
that
was
title?
self-proclaimed, but literally every one of his brothers would say that about themselves too.
No, it was passed to him by his father.
Right.
Oh,
And so,
but his brothers were like, "I'm the North Star,"
Because he's the youngest, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So they felt like he was being passed up unrightfully. It's just like
Right,
that
and I get
heir,
that with
the
the
heir to
whole,
the throne type deal.
Yes, then the youngest brother became the heir, but like the oldest brother was like the entire
The conqueror.
the conqueror.
Yeah, I forget
Yeah,
what his
he
name
was
is.
badass.
He was
I don't
pretty
mind.
badass, and he didn't even die.
No.
He didn't
No.
even
He
die.
didn't die. He
No,
didn't.
he
Only
kicked
the
dude's
middle
ass
brother
and walked
was
away.
a total
Fucking
douchebag.
weird.
Yeah, it was strange.
It's like,
and
my
then
brother will
there's
heal. He'd tell him I'm at our father's grave if he wants to hang out. Like, all right, dude.
it's like, yeah, if he wants to throw back a couple long necks, I'll be at his father's grave.
What are long
kinda-
necks? And
kinda
what
human.
is that? Like
Beer.
a tall
Bottle of
beer?
A
Yeah.
tall bottle, yeah, a bottle of beer.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, you must not be much of an alcoholic. Anyway,
Not much. Nope.
Not an old one.
Anyway, so
I just don't
the
understand. I
fight
thought that you
scenes
would
are
love
fucking
this shit.
weird.
No,
Let
they
me-
were
let me finish.
incredible.
Let me finish.
What was weird?
The fight
All right,
scenes
let-
were
no, let him-
fucking
let him-
stupid
Riggs,
and
let's let him-
fucking
No,
weird.
I didn't hear what he said. That's why I was asking.
Basically, I said they're fucking stupid and weird. He would punch a guy in the head, his shit would explode into like fucking scrambled eggs with Tabasco sauce, and he would come in contact with these like huge giant dudes that like seemed like they kicked a lot of ass, and then like he kicked their ass like even more.
Yeah,
It was just like
fucking dope, dude.
and then he like basically like and then okay, he could heal people. That was kind of cool. And then God, what another thing that threw me off is like
Who did he
this-
heal?
yeah, he could
The
heal
girl
people.
who was mute.
Yeah, but I don't. Did he heal her? Because I felt like he
Yeah,
like
she-
did
well,
just did something on the back of her. Like he like
Yeah,
he,
he
like put his arms around her, and like I thought he like poked her in the back of the neck to like.
Is that not healing somebody?
Yeah, it was like he was using like pressure points to like
he was
realign
Right,
shit
but that's-
and allow-
her chi.
Right,
Yes,
I
it's-
guess it's like saying that would be like saying an acupuncturist is a mystical healer. No, they just hit your right points to get.
Why are
blood
we arguing
flowing.
about this? Anyway,
I'm just saying, I wouldn't call him a healer.
he performed a procedure that healed this person's ability to
Okay,
speak.
Fine.
I mean,
He's fine. He's
I
a
don't-
doctor.
I never agree with Bounty, but I'm gonna be on his side with this one. It's like
he
is
probably
a
does not
healer.
have a doctorate.
I'm sorry.
the
I just come
mystical
from a
arts.
He's not a
world.
licensed physician, but he
I come
uses
from
the
a
power
world of
chi to heal
RPGs.
people's
That's a
ailments.
hard thing to come by
So
in
when
the
I hear
apocalyptic
healer,
wasteland.
I'm
is
thinking
a
healing spells.
doctorate.
He even tried to heal that one dude's sister. He was like, "There's nothing for me to heal. She doesn't ail from blindness. She chooses not to see." He was gonna
He
use
didn't
his
try.
power. He said he did try. He was like, "There's nothing I can do to heal her because she doesn't need healing." That's an
He's like-
attempt. He
She's
attempted
like,
to
I
heal
can't unsee
and
the shit that I've
diagnose
seen.
and diagnose that there was no need for physical
Fine.
healing.
I concede. Whatever.
He's a healer.
Yeah. Anyway,
Get
I
on
thought
the
that line was
bandwagon.
kind of funny.
Oh,
Where
No.
like that
I'll let
kind
it
of that
pass
whole
by.
scenario where he meets that dude with the white hair that looks exactly like his brother with the blonde hair. I was like, oh, is this just him like plus 10 years? And then I thought the girl was like the lady, and then I was
looks
like,
like his
wait.
brother with the blonde hair. What?
Yeah, so he had a brother that kicked his ass like at the beginning of the film with blonde
That wasn't
hair
his
and took
brother.
wife.
No, it was not.
That
But
wasn't
can
his brother?
No, it was just his
Can I
best
assume
friend.
we all watched
Really
this on
shitty best
Tubi
friend.
with like
I did watch that.
yeah,
too.
no, that, yeah, I watched it on Tubi, so it was dubbed. But yeah, it was his best friend that kicked his ass and stole his
Yeah.
wife. They were
Oh,
like
what a piece
best
of
friends.
shit. Oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
His
you're right, I
brother's the one who
remember.
was all bandaged up that he fucked up.
Yeah,
he
Well, it's
that
his
guy
two
was a
brothers.
piece
His
of
two
shit.
brothers like watched from the cliff.
Yeah, he turned that guy into freaking scrambled eggs.
Yeah,
Um,
dude. And scrambled eggs are delicious.
That whole scenario was really funny because he's like, "Yeah, let's fight," and then they're up on top of a building, and I'm like, "What is this, like fucking Street Fighter or something?" Like,
Yeah.
it was just weird.
Yeah, they had to
Perfect
pick their
pairing.
arena,
Yeah.
pick their outfit.
I'm surprised they didn't start like beating the shit out of cars or something just to get extra points.
It's,
So
I think the Japanese version goes a long way. Like the English dub does not do justice for like how you're supposed to keep up with the contextual plot that is part of the story. Makes it really hard.
yeah,
That's
well,
my input
anyway,
to it.
enough about my opinion of
Well, I want you to conclude. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but like,
No,
please.
it's okay.
please
Well,
conclude. I
the
wanna hear- I
I
conclusion
feel
is
like
that
he's
like
concluded.
He
it
fucking
just-
hates this shit.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
what
I
it goes.
really disliked this film. It made my skin crawl. It had sort of weird characters that like kind of
It
looked
made
like
your skin crawl.
yeah. I was like, oh god.
Some
like,
of the shit we've watched in this anime made your skin crawl.
Fucking weak sauce. No way, dude.
Oh
Come on.
Jesus! I thought it was weird that like there was just like all these characters looked like 80s, rock band people with like huge
That was
fucking
dope.
muscles.
It was
You-
super
you
dope.
do realize
dude,
when
however-
what this
yeah.
is based off of, right? It's based off of an 80s animated series with the same name.
Oh, I thought the series
That's
came
why they all
after.
look like they're in the 80s. Cause
Well, yeah, I get that.
the shit
I
they're
understand
from.
that. I understand that.
And it's that's like when, because there was a post, like it was a nuclear holocaust existed in the 80s, so people's style never advanced further than that.
Right.
And then they
Yep.
lived in a post-apocalyptic wasteland that's trapped in like basically fucking Mel Gibson's
Yeah, Mad Max. That's exactly
Mad
what I thought
Max
of when.
versus
Yep.
the 80s.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say
he has the
this
same outfit.
Mad Max came out in '79. This shit is literally Mad Max gone anime.
It's
what
anime
it
Mad
is.
Max,
That's
except
what
It
with
is.
fists.
It is.
It was just with
Um,
fists.
Yeah, there's just a lot less cars driving and shit, but
Oh, they had a
there's
pretty
lot
big.
of walking.
They had a
There's some
pretty
cars.
big caravan going behind that Conqueror, dude.
yeah, that's
Oh
true.
shit! Oh my god! All those. Yeah, there's just like a million cars. It's like, where are
Yeah.
you getting the fuel for this shit?
So anyway, so basically it was a ripoff. Another point to make me hate this film even more. It was just a ripoff of Mad Max. Or was Mad Max a ripoff of the series?
Well, Mad Max came out in '79.
Okay, when the series of this
Series is
shit
like
show
mid
come out.
'80s.
Okay, so yeah, it was a ripoff.
But it's also the series was based off of a manga series that was released. Never
In
mind,
the
from
70s?
83 to 88. So yeah, the
Okay.
80s.
Okay. So yeah, I have less of a regard for this film even more, now. So anyway, moving on. Somebody else, please go.
Well,
Trash
You know,
this-
I would like to
please
say
trash
I don't
this
think it
film.
was a ripoff. I would say inspired.
I would agree there. I think there's inspiration.
It was inspired
Um,
by Mad Max.
Like I think like a
Like
very
Waterworld.
a very tasteful
Oh.
homage. Wait, like
Right.
Waterworld?
Yeah, like Waterworld to me is like
You
inspired
think-
by Mad Max. It's post-apocalyptic, right?
But it's all in the
Technology's way
ocean.
down, but except now it's all water instead of everything's desert, right?
Yeah, talk about a shitty movie. Holy god. He
Hey,
has, and then he has gills. Ugh.
Yeah, you smell
Anyway,
those
I thought
gills,
this
don't
movie
you?
was fucking ripping, man. I thought this movie was sweet, but I'll agree with you on some things. The plot, a little loosey goosey. There's not like a true direction. The action, the fighting scenes, fucking awesome. I thought it was really cool that he would just backhand somebody and then their head would start to like popcorn and then blow up and get all gory. I like that anime shit. I think that's really cool. It's impressive that an artist can make that sequence and make it look good in film. That's hand drawn. It's hand drawn. That's impressive work. The soundtrack in certain moments, fucking dope. Get through 80 synthesizers, that 80 power music sometimes. Thought it was great. And it wasn't like songs, it was like an original soundtrack. But yeah, as far as plot goes, it's not really there. It's just like this dude, he's like, I gotta save Julia, and all this other shit happens
Julia.
along with it. But I thought it was cool. I guess I really don't know much to say except that I liked it. In a critical lens, I see all the things you can hate about it, but I also can see, I wish you could appreciate it for the things that it does have.
Sorry that I let you down.
It's okay. I'm just surprised because I thought you'd actually be really into this. And you're like, I have so many things to say about this movie. And I was like, ooh, I'm sure he loved it. That means it's going to be good. But no, it was just booty. You hated it. And so I let you down. And I apologize for letting you down.
I thought actually when I was watching it, I was like, he picked this movie intentionally because it's so terrible.
Man, you must think I'm a genius.
do you know whose favorite? Who Fist of the North Star? Do you know who has this as our most favorite animated movie?
Oh shit! No, who?
John Cena.
That adds.
I was looking
you
here.
can't see me. You can't see me. John Cena, baby. He looks like he'd be in that movie.
American wrestler John Cena has said that Fist of the North Star is his favorite anime movie.
Oh my god.
Shout out to JC, baby. That's fucking dope.
We need
Yeah,
to get
his
him on.
acting
We
is
need to
about
get
as
him
good as
on
this
here,
film
and
is.
we need to introduce him to maybe some new things.
I want to. No, I'm sure he's got a really, really
You
good
think so?
analysis. He's a smart person and like is a pretty prolific worker in like film and industry. So I feel like he'd have a really good thing to say about it.
Maybe.
Might be able to change the Foundation's mind. Otherwise, he's just going to threaten to come to your house and you won't even see him.
Well, what
'cause
did
he's
you
got
like
to,
about it so much? I mean,
What did I like about it?
you didn't really say what you really liked. You just said that you
I
liked.
love the action sequences. I love the animation. I love the gore, the blood. I like the soundtrack. Character development, dry. Plot drive. It was a sequential thing, but it's just like you don't see shit coming because it's like, oh, he comes out of nowhere after he's thrown on a cliff. But now he's back. Obviously, we know his goal is to save Julia. Runs into his brother, kills his brother, goes to save Julia, who is then kidnapped by the Conqueror, who's his older brother, kills his best friend, then has to like go through the rigmarole of finding Julia and fight his older brother. It's just like, well, this is a mess. This is an absolute mess of a plot line.
What happened to her?
And then all of a sudden, she's like with the kids during this fighting, and then she disappears.
Right?
And then credits roll, and he's just wandering around in the desert having like, what are those hallucinations? Seeing mirages and shit.
Well, no, he
like-
finds that oasis.
No, dude, that's a mirage.
I don't
Because
think it
after
is.
that sequence of him not being there, he keeps walking through the desert until he gets to a fucking wasteland of an old city where a ship is inside the tip of a building, which
Yeah, that's at the
implies that
beginning of
the
the
world
film, too.
flooded once or something. Like,
No,
why
that's
is
at
the
the
boat
beginning of the
at the
That or-
top of the building? Did someone
That or
throw
somebody
it up
threw
there?
it like a javelin.
Because they're fucking strong.
Well, no. If there was an atomic blast, I mean, that sent a boat hurtling through the air. It could
Just stab through-
harpoon.
okay.
It could harpoon the.
Okay,
What?
all right.
Because at the beginning of the film, you see that same boat
That
sticking
bomb.
through the building,
Yeah, okay. I think that.
and
that's
it was right
probably
after the atomic.
Where do you have
apocalypse.
this information that an atomic bomb can send a tanker?
We're talking about a cartoon right now.
No.
Did you see how big those blasts were? Like
Yes!
those weren't just like Hiroshima; those were like Tsar-Bomba type
if
things.
it had the force to toss a tanker through the air like a javelin, I promise you
consider
that
this-
building itself wouldn't be standing.
Oh,
It'd have been
yeah.
gone.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
Oh.
Yeah, it would have been definitely gone.
I would argue that,
Unless
but like in a fictional
Physics
sense,
is not in that argument of
it's
people
The
slap
only-
each other in that film and their heads explode. Physics is not part
the
of it.
only
right.
There's no
the
physics.
only plausible explanation of why that tanker is there is
Because one of those crazy
Tom
zombies
Brady
destroyed it.
survived it, became a mutant, and was practicing.
Oh,
Oh my
and
god!
tossed
Theory is maybe the centering the chi thing like a byproduct of nuclear winter. So all these people got really buff because of like nuclear
I think so.
mutation.
I
well,
think
he
so.
said they did say that only the strong
There's some
survive.
freaks.
Only
There's
the
some
strong
freaks
survive.
that were like looked like they were 12 feet tall.
Right.
Because those two kids, they were like up to those other guys' kneecaps. Like,
Right. But
It's
here's
like,
so okay. Full circle back to like, where the fuck is Julia, dude? Where the fuck did Julia go? She was.
I don't
with
know, I got
kids,
to the
and then
end
the
of
fight
this-
was over. He was passed out. The brother's like, tell my bro when he wakes up, when he heals in like a day, that I'm gonna be at our dad's fucking gravesite paying my respects, and we can just kick it. And then Julia's just gone, just fucking gone.
Maybe
Where?
Juliet
Where'd
never
she go?
existed at all.
No,
well, she
because-
definitely existed because they tried crucifying her. So
Yeah, and the kids were there and like, where are you? Did she give herself to the earth when like those plants were being sprouted? When the kids started crying, it's like, did she dissolve herself into stardust?
okay, you know, see,
Just
she didn't have
No.
mystical abilities. She wasn't out there healing people.
Ken was healing people.
Yeah,
He's a healer.
healing.
Yeah.
Healing.
He was healing people and scrambling heads. Fucking incredible work.
Wouldn't be the healer in my raid group, okay?
But yeah, just like back to my point. I mean, where the fuck? First of all, where the fuck did Julia go? I didn't, look at any read-ups or anything, but it's just like silly. So like the plot was just bad. So that's like my thing is like the plot's not good. The character development is like non-existent. I guess you consider this a hard world build, right? Because it's just set in like a post-apocalyptic universe. That's just what it is. Or is my logic not sound there, Riggs? Would you consider this a hard build? A hard build, like a world build?
No.
Soft. It's a soft.
Because it's a post-apocalyptic, right? So the world is wiped out. There is literally at this junction no history you could go off of.
That makes sense. Yeah, so there's no new.
It's a clean slate. They clean the slate by destroying the world, right? So then it's how are these governments? How are these groups or governments or societies or whatever you want to call them? How's it run, right? Obviously, the strongest survive, but survival of the fittest. But that's literally doesn't work.
That's abstract. There's nothing concrete about it. So yeah, okay. So it's soft world. The plot was not good. The character building is really non-existent. But I guess there was a series that I didn't even realize. I thought this was like a movie, but I guess there's a series.
Yeah.
But those two things, from a critical lens, those weren't good. Everything else about it I found appealing. I really liked the character design, like the 80s, like hair metal like look.
Yeah, like cut off leather, biker jackets. Pretty cool.
Yeah, like all that was cool. The sounds, the action scenes. I really liked the blood and gore. I thought that was really cool. As far as blood and gore go, I thought it was like very unique in style. Like you don't see like weird stringy blood where they're just like they look like they're covered in cobwebs, but it's blood because it's just so run. Like there's points when they're fighting and people are just like spewing spots of blood from like their hair and shit. I'm like, that's really weird, but I think that was a unique art choice. I really respected it like that. So like, I mean, I don't know. I liked it. I see what's wrong with it, but I liked it. Riggs, you talk about. What do you think, man?
Well, buckle your seats. This film fucking sucked. It was so bad. So bad. It was fucking. This is up there in one of the worst films I've probably ever watched. I can't fucking.
Glad to get some diversity.
Like it, watching it from the beginning, right? Yeah, soft world build does going okay. Great about the apocalypse, sure. That could have been explained real fucking fast. You didn't. The amount of time they spent on it was unnecessary, and the animation, right? They could have spent more time explaining more about the fists and what the deal was. Is there 4 of them? Is there only 2 of them? How are they selected? What kind of abilities? What right, is their?
Because it only mentioned like the north and the south.
The north and the south. Yeah. Kind of what's going on with that. Then yeah, they're like, it's just them 2 walking, and she's got this bag of seeds that she's all hyped about, but no explanation of where that shit came from. Just she got some seeds, and then he's getting his ass whooped, and it like to the level that made no sense. It was like you are like a clown. You are being clowned. You are a child being beaten by your stepdad right now. Like that's what it looked like. It was just like, what is going on? Yeah. And I mean, it was pretty cool, like him sticking the finger in him. Like I thought that shit was pretty cool. But
he fingered him.
Yeah, fingered the shit out of him.
Maybe he should have fisted him.
Yeah, and then like Julia is Julia was like I'll never say I love you. I never, you're only forcing me to leave him. And then she's like, I'm trying to move on, you douchebag. And it's just fucking terrible. Like he's like telling her not to say that. He's like, I'd rather die than you say that. And he like kills her, attempts to kill him anyway. So it's just like, what's the fucking point of even doing what you did?
Yeah, I thought that part was pretty funny.
Okay.
And then his brother like drags him and throws him down the crevice, which is like, okay, but then all of a sudden it cuts to the two kids and the one girl's getting stepped on. She's got some weird nature power, which is never explained.
Yeah.
And she cries out to him.
Mentally.
And he just turns into some giant sandman. Just knocking buildings over for what reason?
He's just like bitch slapping buildings as he's walking.
Like,
by.
why are you doing that? Like they're not like they're in your way.
Yeah, it's like what they do to you.
I think this is kind of a trend. Sorry to cut you off, but I think this is I think it's kind of a trend in like older anime films like this where you don't get any context, and because it's a soft world build, they leave way too much up for interpretation that you're supposed to piece together, but in doing so you end up just making a shitty film.
Yeah.
Well, here, so this is the Wikipedia. Unlike the TV series, the movie is not a direct adaptation of the manga, but instead tells an alternate story that rearranges characters and plot elements from the manga's first 72 chapters.
Holy crap.
72 chapters? You took 72 chapters and made an hour-and-a-half film?
Oh,
it's gonna be fucking garbage. There's gonna be
2 hours.
shit everywhere. You're not gonna understand what the fuck's going on. And it was poorly done. You talk about the fight scenes. Neither one of you guys notice that during the fight scenes, every once in a while, the graphics would change?
Yes,
Yeah,
I did.
There was a
that.
change in graphics. That is because they took the theater release and remastered it, but they didn't do a very good job, so it's actually old footage. They took old footage, put it in a new film. That's why
awesome.
they don't line up. It's like,
That's awesome.
because I was like watching, I was like, what the
hilarious,
fuck
dude.
And the first time it happened, I was
Saves
like,
on production
why
costs.
is my screen like red and things aren't making sense? Like, I was like, it didn't look right. The animation was off, and it was just like, it was like, reading this, it's like, oh, okay, that's what they did. Okay, that makes sense. You're gonna reanimate everything but the fight scenes. Okay, like, and it wasn't even just the fight scenes. It was like the scenes in which the guy who gets hit blows up. So it's like the graphic scenes is what they didn't want to redo the art for, but everything else they did. It was this, to me, a shitty choice in artistic styling. But I mean, yeah, I'll give you the character design. You know, the wardrobe.
That was stolen from a different movie anyway.
Inspired
by
derivative work.
There, you could also say like a lot
the
of their
dubbing
design
was
like,
terrible.
The dubbing was awful, dude.
Oh,
and
I was like,
I've
maybe
seen
I
this
should have watched it.
I've seen this movie in Japanese, like with subs. And like that's where you get the famous like "Omae wa ma o shinduru." Like that famous line is like, "You don't know you are already dead." Like that's where this comes from, and that's like a famous line.
And I hope
the anime history forever, and it's from this.
I hope to God that in the Japanese, the subtitled version, he doesn't have as deep of a voice as he does. I hope it's a higher pitched voice, because when he wails or whatever he's doing, that couldn't be any more annoying.
Yeah,
it was hilarious. I
Oh
thought
my
that
God,
shit was so funny.
Shit
I
was
was like,
climatic.
"What is this?" Ugh. I thought it was really funny, but I was just like,
and he did do it till like halfway through the film. So I was like, what?
I liked it because I thought it was comedic. I was like, this is clown as hell, dude. This is really like that's like peak comedy. Like, oh, now I'm a badass and I'm gonna go crazy with like 1,000 fist blows, but I'm gonna like be shrieking, yeah, and, like, and it's just like, oh, that's so sick.
That's like little children at the park. Like
It's
that's
funny. It's funny. I liked it
But
because
it's
I
not
thought it was
supposed to be.
hilarious.
It's not supposed to be.
I don't think it's
No.
But
supposed
I
to.
couldn't
Right.
help but enjoy it because I was like, this is ridiculous.
You know,
It's like,
they didn't show.
it's so
They didn't
over
show.
the top.
They didn't show his brother and the Fist of the South Star fighting. Which I felt like that would have been a cool fight scene. Instead, you just saw the aftermath, which I'm pretty sure his best friend was already dead. He was dying long before he showed up. I think he like hit him once in the head,
it wasn't a
but
very
then he had
long
like
fight.
huge impacts in his chest show up, and it was because the dude was using everything he could to just stay alive till he showed up.
Right.
I mean, his brother whooped his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
and then took Julia.
And then
Julia.
and then he goes like Super Saiyan and starts fighting his brother, and that's
So
okay.
back to a point I was gonna say with wardrobe. Another homage was to like a lot of their clothes looked like they were from Dragon Ball. Just saying.
Yeah, I just I was just like, the dubbing was terrible. The music was, I actually did enjoy the music. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I could not get behind the artistic choices that they were making, especially during the fight scenes.
Choices.
It was I thought it was terrible. Plot absolutely garbage.
Terrible.
Character development, I'm sure it's there, but again, terrible in the film. I would say if you're gonna do this, I'd watch the series. The series is out there. There's like 5-6 seasons. You'd be better off wasting your time watching that than watching this film.
You know what pissed me off the most?
What?
When that stupid son of a bitch Ken shaves his fucking beard and mustache.
Yeah, what the fuck was that about?
You know?
And he looks drastically different. Almost to, I would willing to say that his face had a different architectural build when he had the facial hair, because he looked like a totally different guy with facial hair.
Yeah, he looked like Chuck Norris.
He looked cooler with the facial hair, but also like, have you ever seen someone you've known that you met them with a beard and then they've kept it for 4 years and then they shave it and you're like, that's what
but it's not like he was like a big beard, big bushy, like, you know, it was a tight, but it looked like his face was more square and more Western, I would say, like
very, very
when he had the goatee. But then when he got rid of it, it to me kind of altered what he looked like. And I mean, maybe
got that
the character
too.
looks that differently, but I do feel like when he had the goatee, his facial structure was actually different. And because when I first saw him, I was like, that doesn't really look like him. Because, for example, Trigun, Vash the Stampede disappears for a while, and he grows facial hair, but you could still tell it's him. But he's got long blonde hair and looks ruggedy, but he's still very much the same guy. This, to me, he looked like a totally different dude. I liked that version of him with the facial hair and like the cloak. Like, I thought that was
cool.
Like, I was like, dude, you should have looked like that for the whole film.
The whole film, that would have been sick.
But yeah, as I said, there was just it was a soft world build that was very poorly done. I think the explanation for it is the fact that they took 72 chapters of a manga and shoved it into a film. No wonder. I mean, no wonder it ended in the way it did.
I'm back.
So,
are you wearing your Suns jersey?
Yeah.
No, it says
little b-ball.
It says
Suns out, guns out. Oh, okay. I thought it was a basketball shirt. I was about to be proud of you.
No, I don't
but
watch basketball.
The basketball. But yeah.
I respect your opinion, Riggs.
And yeah, the whole Julia thing that you hit on, I was just like, I literally got to the end. I had to rewatch the end. I was like,
where did she go?
Like, what happened to this girl? She just
thin air, vanished, gone.
Because she didn't die. Because
No.
I was like, oh, her crucifix thing fell. I was like, oh, maybe she got crushed.
Yeah, but
I went back to that,
the
and
kids
nope.
got her out of it.
Yeah.
And
I
then
was
she was like huddling the kids in the middle of the fucking
Yeah.
warfare of the bros.
I don't know.
Ridiculous. All right, well, fuck it. Let's talk bowls of soup, boys.
Bowls of soup. Foundation. Start us off.
Foundy, let us know what you feel.
Well, let me think. Okay, yeah, I'll give it a 1.
What were you thinking? How you feeling?
I think
That
that
was
was
just
supposed
dramatic.
to be dramatic effects, but he did a really bad
It was
job.
about as dramatic as this movie was.
Yo.
All right, Riggs. What do you think?
I'm giving it 1.
1 bowl of soup, man.
Jeez.
That's fun, man.
If I could
I got to
never
bring
watch.
one thing to the table that actually we had some really negative depth to.
Someone had to do it.
Someone had
Yeah.
to. Someone had to do it.
Where were you at? How many bowls are you giving it?
I'm giving this movie.
Don't be swayed. I feel like maybe
Oh,
we should
it's-
let you go first. But
I mean, I knew you guys were gonna do this shit as soon as I heard you both hated it. I was like, it's gonna be 1 bowl of soup. But as I stand, regardless how much I like it or not, I was only gonna give it 2 bowls of soup. Like,
Jeez.
it's
You're all like,
I-
badass, man.
It is, dude. It's super sick, but it's super corny and not good. But that's some like level of that I love, and I love the action scenes, and it's like the animations, like it's super shitty. It's not good. but
I
still
feel like even the
part of
fight
me
scenes
really
could have been
enjoyed
better.
that. Yeah, I don't know. I just enjoyed it.
Like it would have been
But
cool
very-
to watch him fight against. The last fight is probably I feel is the only good fight when he
Yeah.
fights his brother. I think that's the only good fight in the whole film. It would have been cool to watch him fight the South Fist,
Mhm.
but that never happens. So I just I do love an overpowered character. I won't ever say like it's because he's
Yeah.
overpowered, but when they don't make it good, then it's just not very exciting.
Yeah, I get that. Man. But I don't know. I liked it in the sense that it wasn't good. I don't think it was supposed to be good, but like part of me was just like, this is like I just got humor and joy out of like how badass it was. But yeah, you're right. I don't think it's very good. But in a critical lens, like as us watching films being critical, like yeah, I'm not gonna give it more than 2 bowls of soup. 1 bowl is just like, I think that's a little ruthless of you. You guys are a little savage, but
I don't think
I'm
I could have been
glad
any
you
more
guys
savage.
hated it. Glad you guys hated it. Now we have.
I went in
one film on this docket that is like generally hated. I'm pretty sure
You're right, though. Dude.
Wasn't there one that we all watched recently that we all hated?
Yeah, you guys didn't like Demon City Shinjuku.
Demon City.
Oh yeah,
But I
we
thought
all
it was
watched all
actually
of them.
pretty
And
good.
you gave it 3 bowls of soup, and I'm like, that's a little generous.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like me taking my turn to be like, okay, you guys are ridiculous, but I still only gave it 2 bowls of soup because
I think I only gave it 2.
You said no. You gave this movie a 1 bowl of soup.
No, Demon City.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I gave that 1.5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I gave it pretty low. I don't think I like Ninja Scroll either. So I've been on a pretty strong streak of not being favorable.
You're the one supposed to look this shit up, but I thought you were.
I know.
okay.
Well, I was going to, and then I got really busy with work.
Yeah, you're like big career boy. But Foundy, what were you saying? You're like, oh, this makes sense.
So I'm just kind of scrolling back through this film here, and because I was like, I did not recall that lady being in the Julia being like taken out of that dungeon, but you clearly see her next to that one white-haired dude as he's dying.
Yeah, she was taken out of the dungeon for having the plan after the kids escape. They're like, who did this? You have to come forth and admit it. So they put her on a crucifix and they threaten to murder her unless someone steps forth to admit who gave her that flower.
Right.
And then that one white silver-haired fox, I forget his name.
Yeah, whatever that dude.
Whatever that dude's name was, like steps up to like take the blame so he can fight in honor of his healing sister and in lieu of Ken to try to take down the forces. And he actually like does his chi move where he slices that big old dude up, which was fucking tight.
Yeah.
Turn that dude into lunch meat. And then gets fucking smashed by old Commander Boy. Just gets hard fingered, like
Yeah,
just like puts his big fat fucking finger right through his chest and is like, "Yo, you're dead."
But yeah, dude, it doesn't even like. It doesn't show her being. It's literally like the last time that you see her is.
Well, the children get her off the crucifix when the crucifix goes down. When the brothers are fighting.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you see her kind of like sheltering them in the middle of the fight, and that's basically, I think that's it. I think that's all you see. And that's the last you see of old boy with silver hair, and it's just like he's
dead,
he's
isn't he?
Presumably, but not
I thought he died,
definitely.
but I don't know.
I thought he died. I mean, maybe.
But yeah, at the end he does hallucinate, and he sees her running off.
I'm pretty sure that Oasis is real. I don't think the Oasis was a mirage.
No, but the girl was.
Yeah,
right.
The girl was.
Yeah, the girl was, but I don't think. I think he found that Oasis. But he's I don't think that's what he's looking for, so it's not like he didn't care, you know what I mean? He was just like, cool, an Oasis, I'm looking for Julia.
But then there's like a moment where like Julia's opening her arms to hug, and then he opens her
Oh
arms,
yeah, I think that whole
realize
thing.
that it wasn't there, and then he's just like, and then just keeps walking.
Oh
But
yeah,
like,
for sure.
The question stands, where the fuck is Julia, dude?
Yeah. Where I mean there could be a whole like maybe it explains it better in the series, but
I'm sure the series is I'm sure the series is way better.
Maybe
it sounds like the series is also not as gory, so it might be right up your alley, Foundation.
Is that what they say online?
Mm-hmm.
It is nice that it ends with like a nice little Bob Ross, sort of mountainscape with trees and a lake and shit.
I'm glad you got to find some beauty out of your one bowl of soup.
Yep. Yeah.
Man, Crunchyroll doesn't got much going on for films.
No. Yeah, no. They have like one movie. I think it's Jinro. I think it's like.
Oh no, they have quite a few, but nothing compared to Funimation. You'd think that they would shift over. Whatever.
Yeah, who do we need to fucking email, dude?
You know what's
Sony, because they own both. So.
Yeah, what the fuck, Sony?
They did move some killer animes over. Was pretty excited about that. But
have either of you ever seen Sword of the Berserk?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
I don't think so.
No, with Guts. What?
Oh,
I've seen the series.
Berserk.
Yeah, well, it's called Sword of the Berserk. And there's like the Golden Arc and stuff, and the
but that's a series.
Is it?
It's
I thought there was movies.
It's OVAs maybe, but it's like they call them arcs, but yeah, they're like films. But they're to me it's a series because it's. So are you gonna show what you're having your audio to?
A Sega Dreamcast video game.
What?
What?
There's a video game called Sword of the Berserk Guts Rage.
It's based on the anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a decent anime. That's kind of like, I think was probably made a little bit after this.
And was pretty gory, the original.
It is pretty gory.
I didn't like the 3D Netflix bullshit, Berserk. I thought that sucked. But
I don't know if I saw that one.
This film looks really bad. We can watch this one.
What film?
There's actually quite a bit of plot behind that one.
This is like game CGI. I'm pretty sure it's just all mixed together. Like
what film?
Like. It's called Onimusha: Dawn of Dreams.
Oh,
This looks like they took the gaming CGI and just mashed them all together.
gross.
Oh,
That shouldn't happen ever.
It's like you're watching a PlayStation 1 game.
oh, sick, dude.
It's on
Ow.
Crunchyroll.
What the fuck was that? I think I got fleas. Okay.
Well,
How
all
is this
right. What are
even
we
a
watching?
film?
What's our movie? Should we play a trailer?
Whose turn is it?
I
Okay.
went. What did we watch 2 weeks ago? Pretty sure that was Riggs'
Oh,
movie.
Millennium Falcon.
Oh yeah,
What Millennium? What?
Millennium
the
Dragon.
Millennium Dragon.
Oh yeah, that was. So that was Riggs' choice.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
All right,
this is
Foundy,
you.
what are we watching,
Rep.
dude?
We're gonna watch.
Which I think is lame. But
What is?
whatever. That you're literally picking a movie you just watched. I feel like that's lame. But I'll let you do
I
it.
mean, I agree, and I've already seen this, but like,
Oh, you have?
live your truth. Oh, I haven't seen it in years. I'll watch it again. It's been a long time. I just know I've seen it. I've watched all this dude's work.
Well,
What was it called again? Kids Chase After No Voices or something? What was it called?
Let me pull it up.
the children who chase lost voices.
Yeah, Children Who Chase Lost Voices. It's directed by Makoto Shinkai, who did Your Name, which we reviewed in the past. I have seen most all his works. I like all of his stuff, so like I wouldn't mind watching this again.
But you're saying that Band of the Hawk was, or wait, that Berserk, the Golden Age arc, is a series?
Yeah. They
It
don't
says-
have a standalone film. I'm
It
fairly
says
certain they don't have a
77
standalone
minutes runtime.
film. Yeah. It doesn't mean it's not like a part 1 of 3.
So we don't watch.
Y'all are on bullshit. Let's choose.
We don't watch movies
trailer.
that have. It's a film trilogy. It says. It says.
Yeah.
So it's a series.
It's a series. I don't
But it's not a TV series like Naruto.
I understand. It's not what I said. I didn't say
Okay,
it was a
okay.
TV series. I said it was a series. I said it's meant to be read.
Guys.
It's like the Harry Potter. Like, it's a series. It doesn't. If you watch it to the end, there's going to be unfinished content. It is not a standalone film.
It's
But I don't
literally
care.
all-
I will watch it. I've watched them all. I don't care. I'll watch it again.
We'd have to watch all of them in a series and then do a critical analysis of the entirety of said story of the universe.
Well,
that-
each
these
movie is like the first movie 77 minutes, the second movie's 98, and then the third
Oh my
movie's
god! So it's like
150.
watching Game of Thrones.
Which one did you want to watch?
Well, there's the Egg of the
Children Who Chase
King,
Lost
the
Voices.
Battle of Doldry, and then the Advent.
Yes. Yep. I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't really care for the last one, but
Yeah, the last one pissed me off a whole lot.
I'm so lost. I don't know what you guys are talking about anymore.
The Berserk, the Golden
Berserk.
Age arc.
Okay, yeah, I thought we were supposed to talk about what fucking movie we're watching next week.
That's what I'm
Oh.
debating whether to watch these or
I'm only gonna watch one.
okay.
I'm only gonna watch 3 films. I don't have the patience for that.
Patience. Okay.
That'd be a thing where we'd have to like do a.
I'll tell you what. I'll watch those 3 films if you watch some new fucking anime. Get off your My Hero
I'm not-
Academia pedestal.
I'm not gonna watch the 3 movies. I'm just saying that right now. No,
Okay. You bunch
because it
of-
doesn't make sense. Why would we watch 3 movies?
because they're short fucking movies. You just made me watch an hour and 49 minutes of like spaghetti blood and like, fucking people with
Of scrambled
superpowers.
egg heads and spaghetti blood.
Basically a bunch of like 80s rock band
Fist fighters.
fist
Fucking what do you call those? Like
Chuck
poison-
Norris wannabes is
Fuck yeah.
essentially what it was. Okay.
Glam rockers punching each other to death.
Yeah, they should have just had dance offs instead. That would have been more more entertaining.
That would have made for an interesting movie.
Yeah. Be
You
like,
can
"You
watch
wanna have a
JoJo's
dick?"
Bizarre Adventure whenever you want, dude. That show exists. I'm just saying.
I did watch some of that. But anyway, let's watch that one movie, the Children Lost Voices. The Children Who Chase Lost. I think that's a pretty solid film.
It's cool, man. It's an isekai.
What?
It's an isekai film. Riggs is gonna fucking love it.
Just
the fuck are you
because
talking
it's an
about?
isekai doesn't mean I automatically.
Oh, you're gonna love it, dude.
That's not a fucking isekai.
I'm gonna read you the synopsis. After hearing a strange song from a crystal radio, a young girl called Asuna finds herself transported to a world of mythical beasts and brave
Isekai.
warriors.
Yeah,
It's
it's not like
It's an isekai.
The fuck if it is. She
It is
travels
the
to
definition
Middle-earth.
of an isekai.
No.
Being moved to another world.
She walks and swims.
To another world?
No, the world is still part of the reality that she is currently in.
So it's just like an alternate universe, like a parallel universe.
No,
that
it
channels
has to do with inner Earth and that whole mythology.
Oh,
Right. Agartha
Okay.
is the name of it.
okay. Well, we'll just have to watch this movie, and we're gonna give it a good watch, and then have a good talk. But I'm down, dude.
Hey,
I like
let's
this
give it a
story.
good old fisting of the North right there.
No,
Boom.
Boom.
Riglock, you're leaving me hanging. Give me a fist.
Nope,
Give
I'll
me a
never
fist.
give you a fisting.
Give me a fist.
I'll pass. I'll pass.
Fist everyone in here.
Okay, well, anyway. I'm going to fist the chat. Okay. All right. Anyway. So that's the movie, Children Who Chase Lost Voices.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm excited
is
to watch
good.
this. This will be fun.
Yeah, it's good. I think
Be nice
I
to
think
give
you
a movie we've seen is maybe a decent review of the last fucking month. We watched dog shit.
I was thinking about renaming this
Hey!
this show to Shit Soup.
Shit
Millennium
soup.
Dragon
We
was
crap
not that
on
bad.
movies. It was that was fine.
I'm pretty sure it was average. I mean, it wasn't great. It was,
Yeah, I get
think
that.
it was like a
average.
3.
I like
Yeah,
I give that
yeah.
like 3, 3
Yeah,
and
it
a half,
wasn't
something
terrible.
Like that. It wasn't terrible.
Wasn't terrible.
Yeah, so YouTube bumpkins need to step it up.
Hey,
That's the problem around here.
hey, how about you calm
I mean,
down?
if I really wanted to pick that Onimusha one and just let us rip that shit apart because that looked terrible.
See, but I didn't want to sit and shit on something for an hour. I want us to like actually have like an opinion. Like, I want us to all just be like, "This is dog
Well, you should have done.
shit."
You should have done Bubble. Oh well.
You should have done Bubble.
Yeah, but I did the other
You-
one.
I tried
Yeah.
watching that. Couldn't get into it.
Oh, then we're watching it for sure.
Oh wow! I guess okay. So we know what's going on for in the next 2 weeks. All right.
Better get excited. Bubble's coming up. It's happening.
Bubble's coming after we watch Children Who Chase Lost Voices by Makoto Shinkai from 2011. Thank you, folks, for watching Toon Soup. Have a wonderful evening.
Did you say
I'm gonna go
folks or
walk into
fucks?
traffic.
Did you say fox or
I
folks?
said folks.
Are you abusing the chat because you're
All
angry
right, you
that you
fucks.
picked a
Thanks for
shitty
coming.
movie?
Thanks for coming. I'm gonna go jump in front of the transit train. I'll see you
Hey, how
guys.
about you
I'll
turn
see
your
you next
AC up? Okay, we'll talk to y'all later.